Hey guys, average YouTuber scammer back again with another content video. You ready to get scammed again? I scammed some people recently, all right? I didn't mean to. To be fair, I thought I was promoting a product that was good, and it turns out it's a bit of a scam. At least that's what the news on the street is. I really don't know or care, but I am cutting ties with them. I know that's for sure. Before we go too far into this, if you used my code for my one of 2 established titles ad spots, DM me your receipt, your email confirmation on Twitter. I will do my best to help you get a refund from them because they honor refunds. Or if we can't, then I will pay you back. And we'll do as many as I possibly can. I've already done like 50 people so far. Anyways, we'll go into the juicy tidbits and maybe even me getting sued. We'll see, guys. So why did I scam you all knowingly? Well, I'm a bad person. I'm a bit of a rebel. Just kidding. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. They paid me. That's a terrible fucking excuse. But they did. I thought it was all right. I didn't realize there's more to it. It's complicated. It's nuanced. But everyone's really mad at everyone who promoted the established titles scam. And I have my own 2 cents on it. I don't think it's a scam. Okay, to be fair, I'm not defending it at all. I think there is a product. It's obviously a gag gift. It's obviously a novelty. And I thought, you know, that was sort of obvious, as I just said obvious 3 times in a sentence to really get the word across. But what I think is problematic is the way that I delivered the advertisement. I delivered the advertisement based on their request, by the way, in an official way. Official change to your name, Lord. I take full responsibility for the scam part because this business, there's ins and outs to it. It's, like I said, nuanced, but I'm the one who is at fault for this, okay? For taking the deal for 1, not doing more research for 2s, and for 3s, bud, thinking it'd be cool to call myself a lord. That's dumb as fuck. So yeah, call me Sliker, call me the other, Speed, call me any of the scammers I've made videos on, guys. I'm a scammer. Now watch this video, smash like, and buy my products. Anyways, you've definitely heard about the scam that's been going around. It's called Established Titles, a previous sponsor of one of my videos. By the way, both ads I've cut out, and the most recent one, they have not paid me yet. I'll cut that out of my video as well. So we'll see how they deal with this. I assume that I have to pay them back when the money settles. If it does, we'll see. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but we shall see. Hopefully I don't get sued for using their name because it's contract. I'm not allowed to do that in the contract. I signed a contract. Every YouTuber signs a contract when they do an ad. So hopefully I don't get sued. If I do, I wonder if that'll stand up in court. Judge, I did this. Ooh. So I didn't make a video or an apology about this sooner because I wanted to do more research and I wanted to kind of let the dust settle a little bit and really be able to give you guys the best possible answer to the question, why would I do this? Why would I do this? Why did I do this? Why do I think other YouTubers did this? And why you shouldn't really forgive me or others, and we should just move on from this, okay? So the first video came from a fellow named Scott Schaefer. By the way, he's got a bit of a hit list in the comments on his video, and I wasn't on it at first, and then I commented on his video. I was like, why am I not on your list? I just like being included. What can I say? That video wasn't the first, to be fair, that brought the question of the legitimacy of established titles into the bubble of thought that exists now. There's been plenty of videos that I've seen, but his video dove the most deeply into it, I feel like, and did the best. It did really extremely well. And I hope I can get some views like that.
This company is a complete scam. Now, I do have to say that I believe most of these creators don't realize that it's a scam, with the exception of one who we'll talk about in a minute, but that does not get these guys off the hook, and they need to do more research on a sponsorship before accepting the $20K plus a month these guys are making from doing deals with this scam company.
Because this is going to be an expensive thing to do here, because I'm going to pay, I've already spent a lot of, I've already paid out more than I made from their ads. So this isn't good. This is bad. The craziest thing about the whole established titles thing is how many creators that they sponsor. How is this possible that they make so much money to just have seemingly unlimited ad spend? Well, we'll get into that too. Every single YouTuber seems like they're sponsored by established titles. I don't know. I don't know most. Who's Moon? What the I thought that was a damn planetary body. Yeah, a lot of people though. A lot of good people. Like a lot of people who I know are not bad people. Like Moon. So what is established titles? Well, It's a service that claims to sell title packs for historic Scottish land ownership and customs, okay? You can buy a square foot of land, Scottish Highland. I don't know if it's actually Highland, but in the woodland areas of Scotland, you can buy a foot and then you get to officially change your name to Lord, Laird, or Lady, which that's not how it works. Turns out there's a little more to it. I was like, man, that's really easy. You can spend $50 on this service and you get a digital certificate of some kind of lordship thing. You own a square foot, allegedly. Now, there's nothing physical unless you upgrade $30 to get the 1 square foot plus a framed thing that shows your name and stuff. It's cool. They spelled my name wrong the first time. I just covered it up when I did the ad. I was like, whatever, that's just an obvious typo, but it's interesting. It's an interesting $30 upcharge, I'll be honest. But at that time, I also thought you were actually buying a foot of land in Scotland and planting trees. So it's like, but the official part is where it really gets into the weeds for me. And not only the one upcharge, there isn't only one upcharge, by the way, there's 2. You can upcharge to get 10 square feet of land. Huh? That's like a small child's room. And you can't move out there, though. You don't own this land. You don't own this shit. You're an idiot if you think you own it. It's a novelty gift. It's a gag gift, right? But that kind of gets swept under the rug. In the script that you're supposed to read, it's a novelty gift. And by the way, you own 10 square feet of land and you get to change your name officially on all your documents to Lord, Laird, or Lady. That's how I saw it, right? It's like, oh, this is a joke. Oh, but also it's official. There's also a feel-good aspect to it. Like I said, planting a tree. For every order, you get to plant a tree. So basically, $50, you get a square foot, a digital certificate, and a tree planted. I don't think it costs $50 to plant a tree, in all honesty. I'm not an expert, but that seems pretty expensive. And they proudly plaster all over their website that they're aiming to protect the Scottish woodlands, which is great. You can't be negative at anything that says this, right? Like this is an ironclad protection in my feeble, small, virus-ridden, brainworm-et brain. I see this and I'm like, oh, these are good guys. These are good guys. Let me buy one, and also let me go ahead and take advantage of my audience. Make them buy it too. I'm stupid. Established Titles even claims that they've planted over 2 million trees, which is incredibly impressive. Now, without discounts, all right, 2 million at an average of $50 a tree, that's over $100 million spent on trees. If you can only plant 2 million trees with $100 million, you're not doing something right. That's just a little observation. I think that's a little, those numbers are slightly off. Those numbers are slightly off. Established Titles, they're slightly off, all right? I think I could plant at least 3 million. It's safe to say, though, that they've made around $100 million off this, which is crazy. Because that would just be, insinuating that the average order was $50. You can upcharge to $380. There's a lot of 80% off discounts, stuff like that. So it might average out, I don't know. Okay. And also, for clarification, they're not planting the trees. They outsource. The money goes from them to another company called Trees for the Future.
Tell you, the only thing Established Titles does is donate money to an actual tree planting company called One Tree Planted. On top of that, they have never provided any evidence that they are actually donating money to back up their claims. So basically, you have to take the company's word that they are really donating money to plant trees.
Trees for the Future only plants trees in Africa. I've never been, which means I don't care. That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke. That's a joke. You can see this is where Trees for the Future works. It's all in Africa, it seems like. I think that's Africa. I don't know. I don't know much. I'm stupid. They also give the money to a company called One Tree Planted, which doesn't plant them just in Africa. They plant them everywhere around. But it's $1 per tree. It's like $1. It costs $1 to plant a tree, which that seems more reasonable. Trees are not that expensive when they're this big, If you spent $50 on a tree this big, you're a fucking idiot. All right? Sorry, guys. I feel like that was really personal. I just called you all idiots. I'm sorry. I handle drama and things that are serious with humor. So send me your receipt. I'll try to help you, okay? Planting trees is beautiful, by the way. So yeah, that's cool. We should definitely plant trees. Plant trees for sure. $1 per tree. So if they made $103 million, there should be 103 million trees planted for sure. In Scott's video, he says that there's no actual evidence. If you count this as evidence, this might make sense. This is like an official page that established titles released after all the drama and stuff came out and everyone got exposed, etc. This was 4 days ago as of recording. Trees for the Future does have them as an official sponsor on their website, which I assume if Trees for the Future is real, then this is probably fairly good evidence. So it's not all bad. It seems like there are trees being planted, which is very important. But are they in the Scottish woodlands? Trees for the Future doesn't actually plant them in Scotland. Trees for the Future plants them in Africa, which is not Scotland, I don't think. The tree thing's great. You know, there's nothing negative about that. If the product was just a fun, obvious novelty gag gift, and it'd be like, oh, you plant a tree and you also get this dumb little plaque or whatever. Okay, that's pretty funny. No one would ever buy it. This is where it gets funky, okay? It's the whole lord and lady thing. Are you really a lord or a lady? No, you're not. You're not. Turns out you're not. I thought you might be, but you're not. You're not at all. You're not.
How about granting them the official title of Lord or Lady?
Hard to beat. Sign
I
me up.
know. Lord Stephen Rossiter joins us this morning to tell us more about how you can become part of Scottish nobility. Good morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
For a company to claim that you have an official plot of land that allows you to officially call yourself a lord or a lady,
I'm officially a lord.
that would be a huge claim. Okay, a selling point, if you will, for a product. And that's what they want you to say in the advertisements. In total transparency, I didn't see anything wrong with it when I did it. At not one moment was I like, you know, this seems kind of bullshit. But at the same time, I don't wear kilts. I don't know anything about Scotland. Okay, I'm stupid as fuck. Not once did this make my bullshit meter, you know, skyrocket. Mainly because I just thought it was a joke to begin with. I thought it was a novelty / gag gift item. But looking back, my ads, it's official. You can officially change yourself to lord or lady. That is a massive claim that is just not simply true. It's a lie. I lied to all of you, and that, in my opinion, is the real scam. Okay? Me, I'm the scam part of this business. This business provides a simple product and plants trees, and I do the scamming for them, which feels bad, but it's in the script. And you have to read the script to get your advertisement approved, to get money, to get that dirty Scottish tree money. Ugh. So it's clearly stated as a novelty gift in the script that you're supposed to read. It is a novelty gift, but there is a lack of clarity that leaves the question of authenticity open. Is this official? It said official. Can you actually change your name on your official documents? You probably could, but you probably could just do that without the thing. You could just do that without the thing, it seems like. But they make it seem like you could do it only because you buy a $50 tree. I will say it this way. If you own a square foot of land in Texas, you're not a fucking Texan. You're a dumbass. Now, for actual clarity, if you were to own a part of Scotland, like a plot of land or something like that, and you were to go through officially recognized legal processes to get this land, then you'd be a lord or a lady or a laird or whatever the hell it is, a lardo, a big fat lard, I don't know. Then you'd be, you know. But this process is not recognized by the Lord Lion King of Arms of Scotland. I don't know what that is. It's on the page. I don't know what that is. That's who's responsible for heraldry and like tracking titles and things like that. I did know what it was. There's not actually anything on the page. It's just blank. It reminds me of that old buy a star in the sky thing. From you could buy a star in this. You couldn't buy a damn star in the sky. You're just dumb as hell. You can't buy a star. You're stupid. You don't own the star. You can't sell that shit. That's like me selling you dihydrogen monoxide. That's water for the layman. So that was the big part for me when I started to realize that this was all a bit of a scam. My advertisement was in the restoration videos are fake video that I made like a month ago or a month and a half ago, Lord oompaville. And I saw these comments of these people saying like, dude, you're promoting a fucking scam. And I was like, I am? I feel like that's not really a scam. It's like a novelty gift. But then I watched back my ad and I was like, oh, if there's a serious lack of clarity, I am promoting a scam. I'm just a scammer. And this guy didn't get the memo. Right?
Oh, here it is. What the fuck is this? Wait. It is here.
This is it?
What? That's not a castle. Where's my castle? Where's my golf course? If this is a scam, I'm gonna... There's no castle here.
This guy visited like his official little lordship plot. Realized it was a scam long ago. Poor fellow. he got scammed. He was also drunk, he said in the video too.
Seeing all of this and like being in this place is just amazing. But that's pretty much the story actually. I was pretty drunk and I decided to buy some land in Scotland, a little plot in Scotland.
But he did change his name to Lord, which is kind of funny. It's a souvenir plot though. The land is a souvenir plot. It's not real. It's a novelty plot. It's a gag plot. It's a illusion, if you will. And it's illusory plot. An illusory, I'll stop talking. I'm just making it worse. By the way, I have a new product. I own 80 acres down here in Texas, and I'm going to start selling souvenir plots of my land. You can be a Texan. It's called Established Texans. Another thing to point out is the terms and conditions of the website, which I've read very closely, multiple once. I read it once. It says so many things, but nothing. It's like legalese. It's literally, it doesn't make sense. It's so open to interpretation. Souvenir plots are, at the time of writing, defined in the Land Registration Scotland Act of 2012 as a piece of land which, being of inconsiderable size or no practical utility, is unlikely to be warranted in isolation except for the sake of mere ownership or for sentimental reasons or commemorative purposes, and cannot be registered with the keeper of the register. That means you don't fucking own land! Just say you don't actually own it. You don't own a square foot. Can you build on it? There's an FAQ on the website. Can you build on it? It says that they preserve the woodlands of Scotland, the wood areas of Scotland. We ask that all interested parties do bear this in mind. Just say no. You can't build on it because you don't own it. You're not a lord, you're not a lady. You get a piece of paper, it's a gag gift. It's a gag gift. All right, just say that. Don't make me do your evil bidding for you, company. God damn it, be more clear so I don't have to. Some other little goofy tidbits that are in their TOS are this event of an act of God. They can just give your land away. Look at this. We have the right to relocate. Or other acts of God. What does that mean? It means you don't own anything. It means it's a gag gift. It means it's a novelty, right? Please be more clear. Please be more clear on that. I appreciate it. Okay. The testimonials thing, which is like basically saying that they're not real. The testament, like for illustrative purposes only. That means that your testimonials they're not real. They're not real. They're for illustrative purposes. They're like a painting. And get this, you also waive the right for class action. That's awesome. I like that. I like that. The TOS is definitely my favorite part of the scamminess of the business for sure. I should have read the TOS before pulling my ad out, because I definitely would have never ever touched this with a 10-foot pole, to be honest with you. But alas, I didn't do research. Needless to say, I get why people are mad. All right, a lot of throwing money away for a fake piece of paper. There's way more effective ways to plant trees that don't involve this stuff. And when you do get your piece of paper, how do you feel? I have 2 of them, one for each ad I did. Every time I've read it, I feel stupid. Whenever I read it, I feel like an idiot. And I've never called myself a lord because of it. I just feel so scummy. It just feels like I'm a fake lord. Not only that, I'm also a scammer, dude. Did you guys know that? And that is the part that's the funniest to me, is on the piece of paper it calls you Lord oompaville. I'm Lord oompaville. All right, you can call yourself anything though. Look at Elon Musk's son's name. How do you even say that? How you can just I could call myself Dookie Poop Fart if I wanted to. I'm not going to. It's a terrible name. Don't call me that. Don't call me that ever again. But you can just say whatever the fuck you want. Anyways, I'm glad all this shit came to light. Thank you, Scott, for making the video, keeping everyone accountable, and thank you for all the commenters who respectfully engaged in it's kind of like harassment in a weird way. Harassment to... We don't want to promote things that are bad, okay? Most of the YouTubers that I know are good people, genuinely good people. At least the ones that I talk to on a regular basis. I don't talk to people that I don't like. I don't promote products that I don't like, and neither do they. Generally, it's all up and up. It's all great, and I'm proud of what I do to an extent, you know? I'm definitely no brain surgeon, but what I do is definitely up there. saving lives. But yeah, anyways, I agree with all the videos that have been made, really. Muda's video, he cut ties, he never mentioned established titles.
When we looked at things a little bit closer, given recent events, we just decided to cut ties.
I assume for, legal purposes, whatever. If they want to sue me, I guess they can. I'll just give them their money back. I don't fucking care. Their response is pretty lukewarm, doesn't really hold all that much water. There's a lot of holes in it. I would have liked to put this in the video more and talk about it more, but I feel like that's just kind of inviting more possible legal shenanigans, and it's not as important because what you guys need to know is what I'm telling you right now, and that is the way that I interpreted the advertisement and then the way that I put it out to you. That's what I'm taking responsibility of. My words were wrong, okay? This company didn't necessarily do anything wrong, aside from having a lack of clarity in, many different aspects, but I should have had the intelligence and the I shouldn't have made the ad. I'm genuinely ashamed and embarrassed by it. As soon as I saw this stuff coming out, I was like, man, that makes so much sense. Why the f did I do that? And I deleted the ad immediately, tweeted to see if I could help some people, and now hopefully this is retribution for my idiocy, but I'm ashamed regardless. Now, what did established titles say in response to this? Well, they did respond. They tweeted at a person named Paige. They even did an entire interview that's up on their channel now where they deleted everything else on the channel, everything else incriminating them, or everything else where they claimed that you could legally change your name to Lord or Lady, but that's beside the point though. The two people that started the business, they are the CEOs of a company called Fail Ventures and Galton Voicey, and they claim that it's all legit, and there is a lot of legitimate aspects to this business. It is a real thing that you do get a product, whatever. The TOS is weird, and if anything, this whole thing could be a better example to read the TOS and the fine print of everything that you do, especially when you're buying a product. You shouldn't really have to do that though. I don't know. It just seems predatory. It seems a bit sketchy in my opinion. They are also involved with a company called Kamikoto Knives, which I would never, ever, 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 ever touch with a 10-foot, 1,000-foot pole because I f***ing hate their knives. Not because I think they're a scam, but because they make terrible shit, horrible knives. The whole Fail Ventures thing and having 72 out of 78 of your businesses being complete and total failures, and one of them is Kamikoto Knives and one of them is Established Titles. That's definitely red flags, that's red flags. I'm not insinuating anything or saying that they're scammers or whatever, because Established Titles is definitely a fun gift, and that's not misleading. Use my code, OOMPA, at establishedtitles.com. Just kidding, don't do that. They're gonna sue me, I think. I'm scared.